Hello, this is Mr. Stewart again with another Schoology training tutorial. This is going to hopefully address where all of the information is, and whenever we say you have a homework assignment, you wonder to yourself where that homework assignment is found. This video will answer that question. Although we've done trainings in class, I think it takes a few days to get used to this style of homework submission, and so some students still just don't quite understand what's expected of them or how to find the information. So I'm going to just do this as a tutorial. As soon as you log in, and if you don't know how to log in, you'll want to watch my other video, okay? But as soon as you log in, then you'll see just your regular home page. And if you click on the home page, the first thing that'll come up that you'll see over here on the right is it'll be reminders and upcoming events, like a calendar. So all of the homework assignments should have a date attached to it, so if you had a homework assignment coming up, it'll pop up here. You can also just click on courses, and this is where your Math 7 course is found. So once you've logged in, click on courses and click on your Math 7 link. Each folder for each chapter will be added as we get to it. For now, students are only going to be able to see the intro to math. So you can start here, and then the chapter 1 integers, and then eventually you should be able to see your performance-based task folder. Just want to show you what's in each one of these. Again, we've gone through these in trainings in class, but I already know how 7th grade minds work, and a lot of times they'll forget a lot of the stuff that we've gone over. So this folder contains class expectations and procedures, which is just a bunch of videos about what's expected in my class. So if you don't know what you're can you use the hall pass in my class, what do you do to sharpen your pencil, etc. What are you going to learn, what is my class expectations. So if you're new to my class, this would be where you'd want to start. This is how Schoology works. It's got a practice quiz and a discussion. These are the two homework assignments we're going to be doing on a regular basis here. So each student will either have for a homework assignment a quiz or a discussion board. We'll talk about both of those. This is a Think Through Math training. It has information in it. I'm not going to mention much more about it. It's a separate website. This is where you find your textbook. You have an online textbook, so parents and students, if you're stuck on something, you can actually access the textbook by chapter. A lot of times it's an excellent resource for you. Class Messenger, this is my text and email mass sending app that I'm using this year, 2015 to 2016, for my students and parents. This gives you instructions on how to sign up for it, specific to your class. And this is an internet safety folder that I created, and this is just a website that's already created a bunch of internet safety trainings. This is something good for parents and students to go over together. More things will be added here as the year progresses. Your homework, specifically your homework tonight, was to do the chapter 1.1 discussions. So we're in chapter 1. So if you click on chapter 1, it's going to bring you to 3 folders: quizzes, discussions, and extra learning resources. Quizzes are where all of your quizzes are found. There's 5 sections in this chapter, chapter 1.1 through 1.5, so there's going to be 5 quizzes in here. The same with discussions, although 1.1 is going to have 2 separate discussions. So tonight, if you were doing your homework assignment, you would actually click on chapter 1, discussion, since all of you wrote down in your planners that your homework was to do chapter 1.1 discussion. There was 2 discussions you needed to participate in. One was the absolute value, and one was integers. These two homework assignments are not designed to test your knowledge on what we've already taught, but they're designed to introduce you to a topic that we're going to teach the following day. So tomorrow we're teaching absolute value and integers. So if you click on absolute value, you need to read the instructions carefully and then answer the question in the discussion board below. For example, it says watch this video and then participate. Let me pause this. Watch this video and then participate in the discussion about absolute value by answering the following question. In your own words, why is the absolute value of numbers always positive? It's a question that we're just asking you. Why do you think that's the case? When you scroll down, you'll see more instruction. It says now click on this link. If you click on the link, it's going to take you to an interactive tool. This tool should work on mobile devices. So if you're on an iPad or an iPhone or an Android of any kind, then you should be able to also use this tool. If you go back, it actually says drag the dot on the number line to +5. So you go and do that. So you drag the dot to +5, and that's interesting, okay. And it says note what the absolute value of 5 is. So what's the absolute value of 5? Well, this is telling me it's 5. The absolute value of 5 is 5. Then it says now drag the dot to the opposite of 5, which is -5. So the opposite of 5 is -5. So drag the dot over here to -5. And then it says, oh, there you go. Then it says note what the absolute value is. Now, in your own words, why are the absolute value of a number and its opposite the same? So you notice, oh, the absolute value of -5 is 5. So now you get to just sort of answer this in your own words. Again, you're not going to be graded on whether it's perfectly accurate. If there are issues or misunderstandings, this is where I get to actually address them. So I'll read these tonight or in the morning and then address some common misunderstandings that students are coming to class with before we even teach the subject. So you'll just type, I think that blah blah blah, and type it in. Okay? Make sure your responses are good, engaging, detailed. I would say a minimum of 3 sentences. If you just put one sentence down, it's probably not going to be enough to show your understanding, and I will grade on your completion. Whether it's accurate or not is different than whether or not you've actually put forth the effort. So if you don't put forth a very good effort, then you might not receive full credit for this discussion board. Okay. Finally, when you're done with the discussion board, check back a couple hours later and see if anybody else has replied. You should be able to see their posts, or hit refresh to see if anybody else has commented on it yet. And then you need to respond to one other student's comment. All in all, this homework assignment shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes, and it's actually kind of fun because you get to just watch a fun math cartoon. So it's kind of like low-key, low stress, but we still expect everybody to do it. Then tonight, you're not usually going to have 2 discussions in one night, but tonight I actually want you to also watch this video found on this link, and then also answer these 2 questions and do the same thing. Whenever you're on your home page, I want you to note one more time, over here in the right corner, there's going to be a list of upcoming homework assignments. So on Thursday, we're going to have a quiz. Your first quiz is going to be due on Thursday. On Friday, you're going to have your first, you're going to have another discussion board. Okay. So this shows you everything, and these links will take you directly to it. There's one more thing I want to show you, and that is settings. If you click on your name up here, I want you to take a moment and fill this information out. I've already done this, but if you click on your name, it's going to ask you a few things about yourself. For example, your learning style and some other things, just a bio. And I always just like to use these to kind of help me know my students a little bit better. So that'll be for you. And then I also want you to understand that you have settings over here, like notification settings. This is kind of interesting. if you would like to receive text message notifications whenever a homework assignment is due automatically from Schoology, they will also send it out to you. So you can turn this on or off. You don't have to. And then you can also receive email notifications. So if you'd like to know if anybody's ever responded to one of your discussion board comments, you could turn the notifications on. This is where you'd do it. I hope this was informative and clear. I know it's kind of boring, but this will make it so that we can easily grade everybody's assignments. And what's really cool about Schoology is as soon as a student submits their quiz online, it will sync to PowerSchool. And I guess I shouldn't say as soon as. It's not automatic. I have to refresh it every once in a while. But your grade will show up in PowerSchool as you progress through this, which is actually really nice. So if that doesn't work, it's just because it has a glitch and I'm trying to work on the glitch. So if it doesn't show up in PowerSchool immediately, don't panic. If it comes to it, I can always enter the scores in manually. But this is a really nice way for us to be able to grade things quickly and for you to get feedback. The last thing you'll want to look at, I'm going to show you one more thing, and this is about quizzes. So I'm going to go back to Chapter 1, Integers. I want to show you one more thing. As students are sitting down and taking quizzes, parents, it's important to understand that the quizzes need to be what the student knows, what the child knows. So parents, please do not help your child with the quizzes. The only help I will offer is this. They may use their class notes. They may use the video tutorials or textbook resources. They may use calculators. But if you look on, unless the quiz specifically says you can't. But if you look at the quiz, like if you were to start a quiz, like the Chapter 1.1 quiz, see how it says begin test down here? This is where you'd start it. But this video is a video that I've taken. This is me just talking about each one of the questions here. So if a student is feeling really frustrated with this and really doesn't quite understand it, they may be able to review watching this video first. Again, not very exciting, but it sort of talks about maybe what they missed while they were gone, or addresses that. It doesn't give the answers to the question. In fact, I don't even solve the questions. I make up a similar question and then sometimes solve it for them that way. But mostly this video just sort of talks about the approach that you might take with this. So it clarifies. This isn't something that everybody's going to want to watch because they're kind of long. But this might be a really nice resource for some students who are struggling to pass the basic quizzes. That should be everything I wanted to talk about. I'm sure I'll think of other things, but for now, thanks for watching and have a great day.